Who'd like to start it out?
You guys had improvement, but just wasn't quite enough. What do you take away from this?
Well, like I told our football players, or told our team, I was proud of the way they fought, but we got to eliminate some of those mistakes to win a football game. We had the opportunities to do it, get it done, and you can't make those mistakes that we made and expect to win. We got to play cleaner and more consistent. But like I said, we did have some great effort out there.
Mike, would you see, whether on the big board or since, of Aldrich's dropped would-be touchdown?
Well, my understanding of the rule, he's got to have complete security all the way through the catch. And it looked to me like the ball did hit the ground, so I was not surprised when it was overturned.
Mike, how would you assess Robert's play today?
Well, like I said, we'll assess it a little bit more. If, take a look at all those plays, get a chance to see everything. And, sometimes you miss a few. I don't like to assess the play of anybody until I look at that film. But we had the opportunities to get things done to win the football game, and collectively, we got the ball 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line. Tight ends lined up a little bit too close to the line of scrimmage. Puts us in a tough situation. Next play, we got a quarterback keep. We got a turnover. And then, obviously, we have the fumble late in the game. You can't turn the football over. But just different things to beat yourself. You can't do that, and we haven't done that in the past. And if you don't do those, if you don't have those mistakes, you win those football games.
Mike, all these games come down to the wire a lot of times. Walking away 0-3 after playing hard, battling, can you just verbalize sort of the emptiness that you have to feel after battling, but coming out of it 0-3?
Well, you find out how tough you are. There's nothing you can do about it except go back, be tough on yourself, and try to eliminate mistakes. And that's what our football team will do. We'll come back, be tough on ourselves. Everybody's disappointed, especially when you lose a game like that at home with your type of fans that you got. Great support today, especially after starting out 0-2. The fans were there for us, and we really appreciated it. But, we're disappointed that we couldn't find a way to win.
Mike, after 2 years, why doesn't Robert know how to slide better, either forward or feet first?
Well, to be honest with you, that's something that happens. When he was sliding forward, and all of a sudden, hey, things like that happen. And, hey, why? You don't lie, but I've seen it happen to a lot of different people, and he'll work on it and hopefully have a little bit more security when he gets put in that situation. Probably next time he'll do a normal slide instead of, head first. A little bit tougher if you don't practice that.
In the same vein, I was going to ask the same kind of thing. Would you prefer, in general, a leg first slide as opposed to a dive?
I've had quarterbacks that just went head first all the time. They want to protect themselves. They want to get the extra yards. They feel more comfortable in that than sliding. So a lot of guys do it different ways. It's kind of what comes second nature to you.
Mike Robert has 4 interceptions already this season. He had 5 all of last year. What do you think this is happening?
Well, first of all, you get behind. You get behind and, get back in a drop-back passing game. You are going to have more turnovers, and you don't want to throw as many times as we did today, that's for sure. But, again, 2-minute offense at the end. So we're going to try to work to keep that balance like we did in the first half, and hopefully we can be a little bit more successful on both sides of football.
Mike, at 0-3, you're going to hear all sorts of numbers and whatnot. How do you prevent negativity from coming inside the locker room, one? And do you take any solace that the NFC East is kind of down as a whole?
Well, to be honest with you, you don't really think about that. You just think about your own football team and what you need to do to improve. And we've got the type of guys that will do that. We know a lot of people be down, and rightfully so. Anytime you start out 0-3, it's as tough as it gets. I mean, these guys worked extremely hard to put themselves in position to win. And we did get it done. So, we'll go back and work hard and hopefully get on the right track against the Raiders.
Mike, there seemed to be almost a point of demarcation in that second half where Robert seemed more comfortable throwing the football down the field. The play calling seemed to be a little bit more aggressive. Did you see that from your vantage point on the sideline, and is it something you can build on moving forward?
Well, most people have a hard time, deciphering what, when you're going down the field. A lot has to do with the coverages, what coverages you're getting. Do you throw the ball deep? Do you throw the ball short? Where are they giving you? A running game and passing game. So that deep ball, they committed to the short ball, and we had a chance to get a big play. And after that, they quit taking some of those plays away, or they ran a defense that eliminated those type plays. So you really never know. Defense will try to keep you off balance, but we just have to execute better put some more points on the scoreboard and eliminate some of those penalties that kept us out of the end zone.
But just overall, did you get a sense that he was feeling it a little bit, but he seemed to have a little more pep in his step? I mean, the ball seemed to come out faster. He seemed to be a little bit more of a confident guy.
Anytime you're better in the third down area, it'll appear that everybody's more confident because you're moving the football and you got more first downs. And I think we improved in that area today in the third down area, but still we still had not enough points, not enough production, and we'll go back and work on that. And I think that you just mentioned the one, whatever that ball was with Aldrich. If you have a chance first and 10 on the 14, you don't get any points out of that one. And then we have another one that we don't get any points on with another turnover, and that's how you lose those games.
Coach, a couple things on the tight end position. Can you update us on Jordan? And then what happened to Fred over the weekend? We haven't talked to you since.
Yeah, Jordan had a quad contusion, couldn't go back in the game. Fred, last play of practice on Friday, kind of sprained his ankle a little bit, said he was fine, he wasn't sore, and woke up on Saturday, it was a little bit swollen. Tried to go this morning, could not go, and that's why he was inactive.
Your defense on 4th and 3, kicking the field goal. Are there odds on that, or?
Well, first of all, you got 3 downs, first and goal from the 3. You want to get the ball in the end zone. So if you do get an onside kick, you've got a legitimate chance. With the 2 timeouts. Even if you don't, we're going to get the ball. With 40 seconds left and some fairly good field position. Just shows you where we got it. We would have had a chance to have a field goal with another 7-8 yards. So then all of a sudden you miss it on 3 downs, and now you're forced to kick a field goal because it's a 2-score game. So you want to be back in the game. You got to get the onside kick now to have a legitimate chance to, with the time, to score a touchdown.
Your defense showed some improvement today. What did you see out of them? Obviously, it wasn't enough, but did you see some
I thought
encouraging
we played
things?
extremely hard. We battled. We talked about putting them in a one-dimensional game. We did a much better job stopping the run. Obviously, we wish we would have done a little bit better in the passing game, but we got a nice turnover in there. Our guys battled. A very talented football team. I thought they did a good job throwing it. But, I was pleased with the effort, but we gave up a couple too many big plays.
Coach, from the end of training camp to this point, what are you most surprised about in particular? Anything in particular?
Well, being 0-3.
Update on Brandon Jenkins. I think had an ankle issue.
Yeah, his ankle sore. He couldn't come back in the game. I don't think I can't tell you how serious it is. It was just sore ankle. Could not go back in.
It didn't look like Bakari played at all defensively. You guys had a lot of Bakari. Didn't look like he played at all defensively. Guys had a lot of just one deep safety looks. What was the thinking on that?
Well, we had 3 corners start the game, and it was kind of with their type of personnel. We stayed with some of our base defense with 3 corners. When you got 3 corners, obviously Josh is in the game, and we got Amerson in the game with all they threw. That was our game plan going in, and we stayed with that the majority of the game.
You were 3 games under 500 last year and came back. Have you ever started 0-3 and come back that you remember?
No, can't remember that far back. Hopefully it hasn't been too many times. I do remember one time starting out 0-4. That was about it. But anyway, can't do anything about that except persevere, and I think our guys will.
On your end, is there a sense of urgency?
Yes, there is.
Thank you.